Jim Webb was a legend.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dina Porterfield, President of Roberts Wesleyan College. We are proud of our graduates and the work and service they do after they leave Roberts. Here's another example in our Red Hawks Athletic Alumni Profile.
He kept running journals every year, showing how many miles he ran every day, every month, every year, adding them all up. And the first couple of years he did an estimate, and his total running miles in his life was over 80,000 miles, which is 3 times around the world at the equator. That's quite a record.
The late Jim Webb, a 1963 graduate, was one of the best runners during one of the best eras in the history of Roberts Wesleyan cross country.
Red Hawks Athletics Hall of Fame.
The cross country team from the early 1960s recently became the second team to ever be inducted into the Roberts Athletics Hall of Fame. He passed away in 2011 after a battle with cancer, and Jim's wife Beth took part in the ceremonies.
Represented today by his wife, Beth Webb.
Jim Webb led the team to the 1962 New York State title. He was a champion and a leader for the young runners on the team.
I just started out as a freshman, and we were ahead of freshman team that we came in last in the state. One day I was out running, and Jim Webb came along and caught up with me and said, "Let's run together." And I thought, this is great. This really top runner is running with me, and I ran hard and kept up with him, and I thought, man, I'm keeping up. And then he said, "Good job, we only have 3 more miles to go." He was a guy that would, although he was one of the best in the state, he would come along beside a freshman and run with him, and I appreciated that.
I was kind of, enamored and awestruck by someone of his running reputation. But again, as I got to know him a bit, realizing that he was equally a great Christian man.
Jim Webb was a native of Spring Arbor, Michigan, and was a junior college national champion in the 2-mile run before coming to Roberts. During his life, he ran in 18 marathons, including 3 Boston marathons. He climbed peaks in Japan and Africa. The Webbs raised 5 children in Michigan, where Jim was a teacher for 40 years. He also coached several sports, including cross country. Jim and Beth met at Roberts Wesleyan, where he had been recruited by Coach Harry Anderson.
And Coach Anderson took such an interest in him. He just became a father figure to Jim, and his letters of encouragement just laid the groundwork for Jim feeling like he needed to be here. And he felt such a strong pull towards Christianity and growing in Christ and doing the right thing by being in Christian colleges and having Christian education, that was a very foundation of who he was. And becoming a teacher, it was the foundation of his teaching in public school, was to love the kids and encourage them and just in any way he could help them to become better people.
Jim Webb had already been inducted into the Roberts Hall of Fame as an individual in 1978. Now, the entire team has been enshrined.
He would feel very honored and very humbled to think that his life, his influence, his leadership was carrying on.
This athletic alumni profile was made possible courtesy of a special friend of the Red Hawks.